Aloha, Rich Alverson here. This is ITS227. And today I'm going to go through the challenge activities in Chapter 4, Basic CSS. So let me share my screen. And let's get going with 4.1 here. Okay, so here we're introducing cascading style sheets. And it's a way to modify how the HTML looks on the screen. And there's it's actually a pretty complicated language. So first of all, just to understand and remember what the acronym stands for, CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. And web browsers use CSS to determine how a web page is rendered on the screen, how it's printed on paper and various other media. So, go through this, and a CSS rule that usually appears. There's various places where you can see these rules. They can be either within the tag itself, or it can be at the top of your HTML document in a style, block, or it can be in a separate file with a CSS file that's got only CSS in it, and then you include that file in with your HTML documents. CSS rules have a selector and a declaration block enclosed in these curly braces. And then inside you have some sort of declaration which defines stuff. Like in this case, this is going to make for all inside all the span tags, the text inside of a span block. It sets the color equal to green, and it sets the font size of the text equal to 16 point, and so on. So go through this, make sure you understand all this. There's various. And what we're going to learn is the various type of selectors. We're going to how you select things. We're going to learn different properties, the CSS properties, and different values that the properties can take on. All right, so there's three places where you can have CSS. You can have it inline, you can have embedded in the style sheet, or you can have an external style sheet. So you can have it inline and right in the P tag. It says style. It's going to be a style thing, and this sets the color equal to green. One way. Second way is up at the top. You can have a style block, style tags inside the header, maybe be anywhere inside the header, and this says that paragraphs are going to be the color of the text of the paragraph is going to be orange. Or you can have a separate style sheet. In this case, it's called styles.css. And in styles.css, you might have, this thing declaring that paragraphs are going to be text in paragraphs. The text of paragraphs is going to be purple. All right, so that's and if there's inheritance and conflict, make sure you understand this. If there's conflicts, it always goes with the most inner one. So if there's all three of these things, it's going to go with the most inner one that's declared or that's specified. Makes sense. So anyway, so make sure you understand all this stuff. This is about the different selectors and inheritance and conflicts and everything. So let's go to you can do these exercises. All right, so let's do this one. Writing CSS rules. Using the style tag, set the color to green for all P tags. So basically we're supposed to make it where this thing looks like this. They're all green. Okay, so how about we do stop. Click start. So right here, I'm going to put style. Then I'm going to put P this. Let's do this. Color colon green, and then I guess I'll do this. And then I guess I'll do this, STYLE, and see if it works. Not bad. Oh, I could have done it this way too. Okay, anyway, all right, so let's do the next one. Using the style tag, set the color to blue for all P tags, and the color to light pink for all H1 tags, and the background color to coral for all OL tags. This is what you want it to look like. This. Pink, blue, and then the background color to whatever that is. Light pink, okay. So I would do style. And I would do a P. I want P to be color, light pink. And then I would say H1 color this one's light pink. This is blue. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is blue. And then we got OL color, background. Coral. Okay. See if that's right. Oh my. Okay. Well, what do you know? All right. It's pretty easy. Let's do this one. Using an inline style attribute, set the 6th paragraph's background color to orange. I'm supposed to do this. Well, anyway, this is what it's supposed to look like. So the last one. Style equals background color to orange. That's right. Oh yeah. Okay. What's next? Set the background color to orange on the word living using a span tag with an inline style attribute. So we're supposed to make this word, the background color of that word, to be orange. Looking like this, see? This word. So the way you do it is you can do a span, and then do style equals color. No, background color. You know, I wonder if I that and the I need to say what the background color is too. Orange, colon orange, and then I got to end the span. So I think it's something like that. Let's see. Okay. And what's the last one? Create a link tag with an href attribute of this and the rel attribute of style sheet. Anyway, it's supposed to look like this. And the reason is that, okay, so it's linking off to a style sheet that I can't see the style sheet, okay? But whatever that style sheet is, it makes it look like this. Okay, so it must have somewhere H1 is whatever that color is, and paragraphs are this, and whatever LIs are that. So it's going to be, but that doesn't matter because it's all in here. Better be. So I'm going to create a link tag. And I don't know, is that like a style? See, I gotta find it here. So here I have, I go to, let's find an example. Oh, here it is. I want something that looks like this. So I'm gonna copy this. It's in the head, isn't it? I'm gonna copy it. Copy. And I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna put that right here. Okay. Guess that's what I gotta do. And I gotta put this, copy. I'm gonna put that right here. Paste. And then add rel attribute of style sheet. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, that was easy. All right, very good. What's next? Basic selectors. I'm going to try to get through all these in this video. It's going to be kind of long, probably. All right, so we're talking about how to select HTML elements. Okay, so this is how you select paragraphs. This is how you select all the P, blocks or whatever. This is how you select all of the things that have a class specification of notice. In other words, it's got this in there, whatever the tag is. This one is ID, so you can have like an ID. You know how HTML tags can have IDs. So you got an ID here, and then with this, you put a hashtag in front of that identifier. You are identifying the HTML tag with that defined ID. This is descendants, and so in here, if in any H2 tag, if inside you have an EM tag, then that is blue. The H1 is not blue, but for EM is blue. Pseudo class selector is followed by pseudo class name, matches the elements based on the user's behavior or element. And for user behavior, okay, so if it's hovering over any HTML tag that's got a hover attribute, I think that's what that is. Element meta information. Selects elements under the mouse cursor. Oh, really? Okay, so no, I guess that wasn't quite right. So I guess when you hover over it, it'll turn blue. Is that? Oh yeah, here, let's do this one just to see. So the first one is we're going to define P. All the paragraphs are going to be blue. Okay, all the paragraphs are blue. Boom, they're all blue. What's next? The second one is all of the classes of GR, all the elements that have defined as a class GRs are going to turn green. That's just one. This one is ID of second. That would be this second one here. It's ID equals second, so that one's going to turn orange. The last one is span. Yeah, right inside attack. Okay, what's this hover? Let's see how this. Okay. So now when you hover over, it turns. Oh, they all turn. Oh, now in everything, when you hover over it, it turns yellow. That's pretty cool. All right. I learn something new every day. All right, so go through that. What CSS selector matches all the LI elements? Well, that would just be LI. See. What CSS selector matches the last LI element in an ordered list? Oh, in the ordered list. Okay, this is the ordered list. This is the ordered list. This is the unordered list. This is the ordered list. And the last element in the unordered list is ID equals third. And so this is how you get at all elements with an ID of third. So whatever. Okay, go through that. Make sure you understand that. So this is descendant matching. So spans inside of paragraphs. This is spans. Any they can be descendants can be way down. And then there's these are the pseudo class selectors. So these are things that the mouse can do, or the user has control over these, like which element is the one that the mouse is ready to enter data in, is the enabled element. No, I guess it might be all enabled elements. Hovering over the element, this is, yeah, no child. Anyway, so make sure you understand that. Contains a text as no child elements. Okay, so you can specify these kinds of things. Very interesting. Make sure you match up that. Make sure you understand it. Is it this one? Yeah, okay. All right. So let's go down and do some of these. Let's do some of these. All right. Start with the first one. Set color to gold for all elements with the class exaggerate. Oh, look. CSS and HTML. Okay, so this is the HTML. It's got the classes exaggerate. The classes exaggerate. Now, what's the CSS for it? I think you got to go dot exaggerate. This color gold. Is that right? Anyway, it's going to look like that. What does the HTML look like? Okay, it's this word. and this. Okay. All right. Is this right? All right. Very good. Okay, what's next? Okay, set the color to blue for the element ID. Okay, so we got a, all right, so we got a, let's go look in the HTML. We got an element here, it's called ID. This P here, this P, second P here has got an actual, it's got an ID assigned to it. It's called highlight. And so let's see how to do that. And the way you do is you say ID highlight that color colon blue. Okay, see if that works. Very good. What's next? Set the color blue for any span tag that is a descendant of H1 tag, of H1 tag, of NH1. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so this one should be blue because it's da 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 da. Not this one. Da da da. That should be the only one, I guess. Okay, so let me go. Just okay. I gotta go H1 span that color colon blue. That just like that. Well, all right. What about number 4 here? Set color to gold for any button tag that is enabled. Oh, okay, enabled. All right. Let me see this. I gotta see this. Okay, that's what we mean by that. All right. Okay, so that's what that was up here. So how do you do that again? Enabled. Enable. Well, enable. So I do colon. I think it's enabled. Is that the only enabled we see? All right, well, I'm going to just try it. I don't see any. Show me any examples. Okay, so I'm just going to do enabled. Where is that again now? Okay, it's colon enabled. Pseudo class selectors match elements based on the user behavior. It's the same. It's like that one. Pseudo class selector. Okay, this is last child. And I want a pseudo. This is images, the last child of another element. Okay, I get that. Okay, so I'm going to use colon enabled. Let's go back down here, and I'm going to say button, any button. Button, colon enabled. This color, colon gold. Really, is it one colon or 2? I think it's just one colon. Well, I'm lucky. Okay, what's the last one? Add the class standout to the 5th paragraph. Okay, the 5th paragraph, huh? This is the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, and the 5th one. And I gotta say class equals standout. Yep. All right. Well, anyway, that's the end of that one. What's next? Advanced selectors. Okay, there's a universal selector, which is an asterisk or a nothing. You don't put anything. Right. Okay. There's a universal selector, which would select everything. It's always implied when it's not specified. So when you see something like this is really because the universal selector is implied. So it's like everything, every element with a that's got a defined class attribute of highlight is whatever highlight whatever CSS is specified by highlight. That's what it is. Okay, so you can have a multiple selector, which means you can do more than one. You got to put a comma there, otherwise it's going to be OL's. OL's descendant, OL descendants of a UL. So you don't mean that. You mean ULs and OLs. The child selector is you just put a space. You can put a greater than sign, and that means the immediate child, not all the children down, no matter how many levels. This means the immediate child. And listing. Okay, so here we have all the LI descendants, all the LIs, and all the list items is this one. All the list items that are descendants of ordered lists. This is all of them that are descendants, and then that are direct children of ordered lists. That's this. That one. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. So take a look at that. I should specify specific elements. All right, so there's that. Children of child and multiple selectors. Okay, that just. All right, that's good. Sibling selectors. This is a little bit more complicated. For every if there's an H1 and there's a P that's a sibling to the H1, then the P's should have this solid gray border top, solid gray thing. Not the H1, just the P's. First, there's got to be an H1, and then that H1 has to have a P sibling. It says those P siblings. See, like this has got the H1, and so then the P's that are siblings to the H1. See, so there's an H1, and then there's some P siblings. Yeah, they're all in this section block here. Okay, so that's that. All right, adjacent sibling. That's the one right next to it. So this means adjacent sibling. So if there's an H1 and then there's a P right next to it afterwards, then do make it solid orange border top. This is all of them. This is just the next one. And then we got, those are all called combinators. Combinators are CSS selectors that match specific relationships between other selectors. The descendant child, the adjacent sibling, and the general sibling selectors are all combinators. Got that? All right. This is a general sibling. This is universal selector. This is adjacent sibling. Yes, oops. And then this is the multiple child selector, general sibling selector. Oh well, I guess it's gotta be this one. All right. Okay, so the V's attribute selector, this actually looks for tags that have particular attributes. Like if you're looking for A tags that have a target attribute, or even more specifically, if you're looking at for A tags that have a target equals underscore blank, that opens up a window. So these select HTML tags based on attributes that those tags may have. All these other ones are based on either what type of HTML attribute it is, or whether it's adjacent to some other tags. And then this is pseudo element selectors using 2 colons, where this matches parts of elements. The pseudo element selectors allow types to apply to the first line or the first letter of text or an element, or so. This is going to be this says after an li attribute, add a left a less than sign. This says before an li element, add 3 asterisks, and this actually adds 3 asterisk text. This actually adds content. The CSS that adds content. This is going to say it matches the first line of a block element. If a block element, this is going to match the first line of a paragraph element. It's going to make it red. This is going to match the first letter of a paragraph element. It's going to make it 200%. It's going to make it twice as big. And this is going to matches. The user, when the user selects text, it's going to make the background be yellow. All right. So this helps you understand that. Let's do some of these. All right. Use a multiple selector to apply the below rules to all of the H2 tags. Okay, I want to multiple select. Okay, so I think maybe this is supposed to look. Oh, H2 and H3. Okay, got it. Okay, so I guess I would just do. Where's my solution? Oh, guys, press start. Okay, my solution goes here. All right, I guess I can get rid of this. It's really, all right. Okay. H2, comma, H3. Is that right? Hey. All right. What's next? Set the background color to coral for all span that's a direct child of H1. All right. So I'm not even going to look at the. Okay. So a direct child, H1. Direct child. Put a space. I don't know if I can put a space. Span. Squiggly. Background. Color. Colon. Coral. Close. See if that's it. Oh yeah. Very good. What's next? Opacity. Use the attribute selection to apply the below rules to all image tags that with an alt beginning with sometimes. Oh shit. Beginning with alt. Okay, how do you What is the beginning thing? All right, I gotta remember what the beginning thing is. Is that gonna be here? Let's see. Pseudo element. Oh, here we go. Begins with, oh, so it's, oh, this is what I want. I want something like this. I'm just gonna copy this. I'm gonna copy this, use as a reference. So here I am, the beginning. Okay, so it's image tags. IMG. Maybe it's something like okay. And it's not class. It's called alt. Alt. Alt begins with sometimes. Okay, so look for image tags that have an alt. That's this. Beginning with, this is up arrow equal sign. Up arrow is used for the beginning of a string in lots of different cases. You'll find if this is the first time you've ever seen this. So it begins with the word sometimes, which is what it says here. Yeah. Oh. Oh, here we go. There's the word sometimes. Okay. All right. Anyways, this right? Yes, it is. All right. Very good. What's the last one? Use a pseudo element selector to apply the below rules to the first line of all LI tags. All right. The first line of all LI tags. The first line, this is the first line of all P tags. So I'm going to copy this. Copy. The first line, okay. So I'm going to put right in here. Just going to paste this dude so you can see what I'm doing. Paste. Okay, that's the first line of paragraphs. I don't want first line of paragraphs. I want first line of LIs. And oh, I'm supposed to. Oh, that's the rule. Color it red and do the other. Oh. Oops, oopsie. You know, this is what I copied in. Okay, that's what it should look like. Okay, let's see if that's. See if that's right. Okay, very good. All right, what's next? Common properties. How far are we into this anyway? Okay, I got 5 and 6. Oh, I got a 4, 5, and 6. Okay, we're getting there. All right, common properties. Okay, so the color CSS changes the text color to a specific color value can be specified in many ways. Oh, okay, so these are all the ways that you can specify colors. You can specify them this way, or you can specify them by RGB value, or you can specify them using hexadecimal, or this hue, saturation, and lightness. That's kind of, I just learned about that recently. Or you can do whatever, this RGBA or HSLA. Okay, all these different ways, okay? Different ways of specifying color. Interesting. You can do color by name, add, modify or add the CS. Okay, this, so. Okay, so anyway, do that. These are all participation activities. Make sure you can do all these participation. Floating images. Okay. All right. Nice. Yeah, it means floating. just flows. Okay, so display property. Oh, this is whether it displays in line or block or not in line block. Okay. CSS. Oh, you can have variables in CSS. Okay, you can we define a variable by putting a couple hyphens in front, and then the equality sign is a colon. So this is defining a variable. You know, this says in the root, I'm defining a variable called main color, and that color will be red. And I'm going to define another variable called main BG color, and that's going to be equal to yellow. And so in any place where I'm specifying a color, I can say var and then the name of my variable, and it'll be replaced with what that variable is. Instead of here, it's going to be replaced by what that variable is. Okay, so that's using variables. So that's pretty cool. This means everywhere. Oh, oops. Or it can be just inside paragraphs, or it can be just inside divs. So you define a variable, a section color equals colon black, a couple of hyphens in front. All right, let's see this. For the P tag, set the color equal to that. So big deal. I'm gonna copy this. And right in here, I'm gonna put paste. And I'm going to change this to a colon. Is that right? Oh, yes, it is. All right, what's next? Okay, using the classes defined in the CSS, that would be these classes, float right. For images with class float right, images of class float left, and this is all classes of no floats. Okay, so what's it supposed to look like? Oh, well, that looks nice. All right, so let's go to the HTML. I'm supposed to put some stuff in here. I guess that using the define classes and the appropriate class to each. Second here. All right, using the classes defined in CSS, add the appropriate class to each tag. So the first image floats right, the second image floats left, and the third image floats right. Okay, so these are the classes. There's image float right, float left. Okay, so of the image tags. So I'm going to do class equals, and it's going to be this class, float right. First one's supposed to be float right. Yeah, float right. It's one class. Second image floats left. And the third image floats right. Is that right? Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, I made a mistake here. Obviously, I should put it in the image. I'm saying that the paragraphs are this class. It's not paragraphs, it's the images. So let me try this again. I'm gonna take this and pop this dude right here. Oh, look at that. All right, I'm just doing this. It gave me a hint. What? Oh, I see. It told me. It was telling me what to do. Oh, never mind. Anyway, this should go cut, paste. This should go cut, paste. Okay, now I'm gonna just leave this here and leave this here and see if I get all the points. Oh, look, I got all the points. Okay, interesting. All right, so I just had to put that. I had to make sure that the image tags were defined. The classes were defined. All right, what's next? Okay, for the H2 tag, set the display to none. Okay, that's done using, I don't even know what the display thing is. Display, not variables. Display property controls the layout of the element on the web page. Display, you just set it to none. You just do it, oh, there we go. Display colon none, easy, okay. Guess that's how I do. Okay. It's inside. It's a property of it's inside the style. Okay, so it's a property of the H2 tag. H2 display colon none. Is that right? I guess that's right. All right. All right. What's next? 4.5. Font and text properties. Okay, so there's a bunch of font properties. So it's changing stuff. There's these generic ones, and then there's there's an order of preference. You can list them like that. So it's different fonts. See, font variant. Okay, font variants kind of change stuff. Like small caps is gonna make lowercase letters look like uppercase letters. Style just is like italics or bold, or so it doesn't change any of the letters. It just makes them bold or italic. Of course, font family is the font, and see, there's other kind of font variants. So anyway, sizes, you can specify sizes a bunch of different ways. You can specify sizes relative to some base level size. Text properties, you can align texts left, right, and center. Decoration means underlining or anyway, so text here transform can change things to uppercase or lowercase and capitalized stuff. So it actually changes the text. Decoration underlines or does strike through or makes it bold or that kind of thing. Doesn't make it bold. It italicizes it. Anyway, indent will indent the text. And this will remove any kind of underlying. It helps you remove, like if something was defined for a particular element or whatever class order higher above, like either in a hierarchy higher above, and you want to get rid of it, then you can none is a good, usually works. Okay, so here's another thing. Okay, so let's look at this. The P tag, set the font family to fantasy and set the font variants to small caps. So I guess for the P tag, oh, it's already in there. Set the font family to fantasy and the font variant. Never heard of it before. Yeah, variant to small caps. If that works, I want this to work. All right. What's next? P tag, set the P tag text align to right. Text align right. Easy. All right. Box model. All right, in this box model, it's just a way of remembering what all of these different spacings, where all the different spacings occur, like around text and around HTML elements. And so there's the thing, and there's the actual content in the middle, but then there's a padding, and then there's a border, so you can put a line around it, a border and thickness and everything. And then up above the border, there's actually a margin there also. So there's a space outside the border, there's the border, there's the space inside the border, and then there's actually the thing that we're being displayed, the content that's being displayed. And so, and you can specify the thickness of all of them, and it's not just the whole thing. You can do left, right, up, left, right, top, bottom. So you can specify the width of the margin, top, right, bottom, left, the border width, how big the line is, the color of it, all that. Okay, so you can do all that. See, this shows that. Make sure you understand that. There's the background of the content, where the content is. All right, size. Let's see here. This shows all that. The margin, the padding, the background color, margin of this would be top and bottom. This would be left and right. So you got it. This is padding top, padding bottom. No, padding. This is 20. Interesting. This is top. This is left and right, and this is bottom. So, see, there's padding of 20 there, and then left and right is the 50 and the 50, and then the bottom is the 40 here. That's padding. Padding is in between and the border is probably nothing. There's not really a border. The border would be right here. The margin is up here. Anyway, so that's that. Here it shows a border. It's got some width, the left border. Okay, so make sure you understand all that. Let's border styles. Look at all the border styles we have. There's this concept of collapsing the border and so on. Figure that out, mess around with that. Okay. Is this the last one? Yes. Okay. For the span tag, set the border all around to 3 pixels, double and green. I don't know what that means. So it's going to look like, okay, this span tag. Here's the span tag. It's going to be the span tag, and it's going to look like this. So border, double, green. Okay, great. So we're going to put border cup. All right, okay, 3 pixels, border all around to be 3 pixels. Okay, here we go. Double. 3. Double. Okay, that I do that. And can I just say green? Yeah, I guess I can just say green. Whoa. Nice. All right, what's next? For the span tag, set the right border to 3 pixels, solid right border just to that. Wonder how I set the right border. Hmm. Okay, let's see. Border, that's the whole border. I just want to do the right border. How would I just do the right border? Width, style, border width. Let's see, right. Well, I'm gonna guess. Okay, so right border. Okay, so I'm gonna do span. Oh, I'm already in span. I'm gonna do border. Um, let's see. Hold on a second. All right. So there's got to be something here. I want to search for all the borders because it's actually I want to see where it's specified here. I can't search on it. Right border 60. There. Well, uh, oh, border left. There we go. There we go. Border left. Okay, so yes, you can specify. This is how you specify it. Okay, so I'm going to try border right. Border dash right. Let me just copy this here. Yeah, of course, that makes total sense. Copy this. I'm going to go back down here. And I'm going to do border dash. Let's see if I can just do this. But oh, all right, border, border right. And 3 pixels. Solid and green. Is this right? Yes, very good. Okay, what's next, real quick? Span tag margin all the way around to 9 pixels. Okay, span tag margin. I'm gonna do 9 pixels. See if that's right. Oh, okay. See margins outside the border. That's why that's okay. What's next? Span tag left padding and right padding to 3 pixels. Well, I guess I can probably do left padding 3 px comma right padding, or is it padding right? Is it padding right or right padding? I bet it's padding right. Yes, it's got to be padding right because it's margin left, margin right. Okay, I'm going to do padding left, padding right instead. Padding left, until I don't use this very often. Of 3 pixels. So it's probably an easier way to do this, but how's that? Oh, oh. Oh, I forgot that there's like not a colon in there. Here, let's try this again. I'm missing a colon. Is that what it is? Yeah, missing a colon. Okay, what's the last one here? For the span tag, set the border all around to 3 pixels, solid blue. Border 3 pixels, solid blue, and margin 4 pixels, left, padding left is equal to 9 pixels, and padding right is, I could probably combine these two. Okay, so that's 4. Okay, what is this? All right. Okay, I think that's it for all of the challenges in here. And so I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.